Hello, greatness. How are you all doing today? I believe that the grace is abounding and that Christ in you is coming alive. And so we will continue from lesson number 22 from the book Christ in You by Joseph Saber Benner. And I'm your humble servant, Vincent Oppong. Lesson 22 says, my thoughts are towards you. My thoughts are towards you. Suppose if people only knew the true value of thought, they would be amazed to find that every thought is as powerful as a deed. My goodness. And in many cases, far more effective than any word or weapon. My goodness. Now I will take a pause here because I think this is very, 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 very important to repeat, because so many people neglect the conversations that goes on in their mind, which is thought, right? We think that it's only what we say or what we do that really impacts our life. But what we think about is equally, and he says it's even far more powerful. And so let me take it again. Suppose if people only knew the true value of thought, they would be amazed to find that every thought is as powerful as a deed. And in many cases, far more effective than any word or weapon. Yes, it is your innermost and highest thought that makes you. My goodness. No wonder it is said that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So always remembering that thought is the consciousness of the absolute will. You are judged by what you are and not by what you seem to be. The judgment bar is the innermost of yourself. It is the judgment bar of God. And when your actions are tested there, the voice will cast into outer darkness that which is not of itself. Thank God you may enrich the kingdom of heaven, for many, many times the voice says, come ye blessed of my Father. Truly our thoughts do enter heaven. You will find your treasure where your heart is, which is with God. In very truth, a man's treasure is the continual outpouring of God's thought. That's powerful. He said, a man's treasure is the continual outpouring of God's thought. And I tell you that God is enriched by your cooperation. Let his thought be your thought, and say in the spirit of prayer, the Father and I are one. My goodness. He said, do I seem to repeat platitudes? Read them again in your moments of sacred consecrations until the Christ within is the only voice, till all that is unreal and shadowy has passed away, even as the melted snow. I am glad to meet you on the spiritual plane. You need to thank God for this. In the very place where you are, if you could only see, you would find your own. I can voice your prayer, Lord, that I may receive my sight. And you know the answer. Jesus Christ left every detail to you, and to the spiritually minded I say, his words are spirit. They are life. I would say to all, pray without ceasing, the life prayer. Live in God in the smallest detail. Do not think the results you see are the only results. There is not one good word that is fruitless. Believe this and have courage, for the very desire to help, if really unselfish and pure, is immediate help. I have come along your path, and I would help you to know the golden, the priceless boon of right and holy living. Pause and consider well the command until it comes from your own heart. Be ye holy, for I am holy. As you prayerfully express this, you will stand renewed, recreated, alive to the possibilities of God that is within you. For there are moments when we breathe the same air. You know them. Follow the spiritual understanding only. You now have victory over the less real through the Christ of God. The human race is God's eternal Son. I want you to reach the highest bliss possible to you on earth and in the flesh, that is to hear the voice from heaven saying, "This is my beloved, in whom I am well pleased." My goodness. Study the life of Jesus, and the veil will be removed more and more until the sublime sacrifice is revealed in all its greatness, the offering up of all to save all, and so to make the union of man with God complete. So do you not see the greatness of surrender? What you possess is of no value until it is given for the whole. For we are one in him and not separate from the universal life. It is the basis or ground of all. You are maimed and hurt because of sin and suffering in your brother man. And again must the Son of God be crucified until the great at one moment with God takes place. Let me take that part again. You are maimed and hurt because of sin and suffering in your brother man. And again must the Son of Man be crucified until the great at-one-ment, which is atonement, with God takes place. Your work is to cooperate with God, existing only in and drawing only from the real, which is the spiritual, that you may be trees of healing, that you may outbreathe God. My goodness. Even as in the natural body you breathe to live, so also you must take deep breath from the spirit center, that your whole being may be invigorated and revitalized. So much is in your own hands, my child. I must remind you that regret or sadness hinders the forgiveness of God. For God blots out the sins of the past by a fresh inflow of an everlasting love. He only asks for your need of him, that he may fill to overflowing with himself. So therefore, watch and pray. Again, watch and pray. Amen and amen. And that brings us to the very end of lesson 22. I'll see you in lesson 23. Please join the conversation, put your comment in the comment section. Let's know what you gathered from this short lesson. God richly bless you. I'll see you in lesson 23. The central life is love.